Hey Internet, what's happening? Today I want to talk to you about my new Mojotone Twin Canyon 212 cab. So, long story short, was looking for a 212. The shop I work at became a Mojotone dealer, and predominantly for like their parts and things of that nature. But in kind of going through their site, I saw that they make really cool cabinets that a lot of people love, and they make a lot of cabinets for other big name brands, and it's sort of like a you don't even know they're doing it situation where they build them to their spec and things of that nature. So anyway, I saw that they had a ported 212 cab and called and talked to them about it, and they said that it was sort of geared toward like heavier styles of music. So I talked to them about it a little bit on the phone and just decided to order one. Well, there's only a few videos out there anywhere on the internet of this cab that they produce themselves. And I mean, it sounds great, but usually I'll kind of scour the internet deep and listen to reviews and things like that, and there just wasn't many. So I took a chance on it, and the cab is phenomenal. I've had a lot of cabs over the years, from Mesa, Bogner. There's a Port City over here as well that I'm borrowing. I've had some experience with orange cabs, all kinds of stuff. And this one mic'd up is one of my favorites that I've ever owned. So what I wanted to do is make a video, talk about it, mic up both speakers in there. It has a V30 and then also one of Mojotone's, I think it's a BV30H. If I screw that up, I'll put text over this. But I think from what I can see online, some people think it's like a clone or their take on like a Celestion G1230H, or maybe even like a Creamback or something. So I don't have like a speaker to compare it to really, know what it is. It's very different sounding than Advantage 30, but blended together they sound awesome. So we'll do both speakers independently, blend them together. I'll also go ahead and mic up my Bogner 412 cabinet just as a reference. It has V30s, but it's the older English-made ones from like the 90s. And just for science sake, I'm actually going to mic the port of the cabinet as well. So I was kind of curious what that might sound like to mic a speaker and then mic the frequency relief port that's in the front of it. So I don't know. That's what intrigued me the most about the cabinet. It's super tight. It sounds awesome. So anyway, let me jump over there, get things fired up, and show you some samples of how awesome and great this cabinet sounds. Oh, one more thing I forgot. I'm going to put timestamps in the description, as well as I'll pin them on the comment section. So if you want to like quick cut back and forth to listen to all of these, do that. I was going to try to edit it together in a way where you could do that within the video, but the thing is, you're never going to get exactly the combination that people want to hear. So use the timestamps and that'll jump you to each section. So anyways, let's check it out. All right, so as you can see, it's just a really, really awesome, big, full sounding cabinet. And I think what impresses me the most is for a 212 design and size cab, it's not super, super huge. I mean, the Port City over here is a little bit bigger. But I think just due to the Burts they're using and then that frequency relief port in the front, there's like really not a lot of like that muddiness and low end sort of rumble that you get in a lot of cabs. So I wasn't sure if that relief port was going to be like kind of gimmicky. It's really only about maybe like this big in the front. So I wasn't sure if that was going to be one of those gimmicky features or how much it would help the sound. But to me, it really, really makes that cab sound super, super tight. And you don't have a lot of that low end, just rumbly, muddy buildup in it either. Another thing that was really apparent when comparing it to the Bogner cab is, to me, the Mojotone cab has a lot less sort of problem frequencies in it, and it sounds more balanced across the frequency spectrum. There's a couple areas in the Bogner cab that really, really jump out that just annoy the shit out of me that I always have to EQ out. And this cabinet, there's not really anything that really bothers me in there. It just sounds really, really good. And it also, maybe it's the speakers being different. Obviously, the ones that are in the Bogner are significantly older and have been beat for a long time. It's like a mid-90s cab. But the Mojotone cab seems to be a lot more like forward and aggressive sounding. Now, I think the top end, in a way, on the Bogner is like a little smoother, and it's a little like more, I don't know if it's like three-dimensional wider, potentially. That could just be the construction of the 412 cabinet. But when I listen to those two back-to-back and in a mix and things like that, I just really like, for heavier music, the aggressiveness and the forward nature and sort of in-your-face tone of the Mojotone cab. So for me personally, right now, by far, it's my favorite cab. So anyway, it's super, super cool. They actually, I forgot to mention this, you can have them wrapped in any Tolex they offer, and there's no upcharge. It's just part of their rolled-in fee of their cabs. So I ordered one that was totally stock with the V30 and the BV30H, but had them do their Comet Tolex, which is what you'll see on like a Bogner Ubershaw. So I've always liked kind of the way that that looks, and said, what the hell? And it's just a gorgeous cab. It sounds great. So anyway, if you're in the market for a sort of metal-centric, heavy music-centric cab, and you don't want to lug around a 412, and you're looking for something that's a little bit left of center, a little bit different, but sounds super good, check out the Mojotone Twin Canyon 2x12. You won't be disappointed. I promise you that. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you liked the video, any suggestions, and let me know what you thought about this thing. I'm curious. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's not any good. But I don't know. I enjoy it a lot. So anyways, thanks for checking it out. See ya.